Welcome back to the Gridiron Goons. I'm your host, Brandon. I am with Preacher.
What up?
I am with Sean O'Mac.
Good afternoon.
And we are now entering the injury report. Dun, dun, dun.
Jake Moody is hurt with what appears to be an ankle sprain. So
Tried to make that tackle, man.
Man, that's another.
That's why kickers don't tackle, bro. He's not Pat McAfee.
But it's like, what else could go wrong, dude? I'm over it at this point.
I mean, definitely
There's a lot
more
of season
could go.
left.
Yeah, there could be more that goes wrong in that offense, man. But it is what it is. Nico Collins went out with a hammy injury. Appears to be a day-to-day process right now, and Derek Carr went out with a oblique injury. Is reportedly going to miss a couple weeks due to that injury.
We all can't be Amon-Ra from last year, playing all year with an oblique torn off the bone. Anyway, that's it for our injury report. We want to thank you for listening in on this Thursday. No, I didn't forget. It was all part of the plan. Grow up. This is my show. Anyway, I hope everyone, your bets hit if you're betting. I hope everyone had good pick'ems like I did not. Anyway, we're happy to have you back. Now we are getting right into Stat City.
Stat City?
Stat City.
Stat City. Well, receiving yards have definitely changed in this week.
Well, they have.
Nico Collins still number one at 567. Jamar Chase is second with 493. Justin Jefferson's in third with 450. DK Metcalf in fourth with 421. And rounding out the top five, my Jaden Reed with a 414 yards. Thank you, Jordan Love.
I get that. You and your trading in our league to get Jamar and Jay Jettas on the same team is just paying dividends.
Yes.
Jamar was definitely shit off the rip like he normally is. But that dude, him and Burrow are on the same page and they are firing. It's exciting to watch right now.
That was an exciting game Sunday to watch.
That
was a shootout, dude.
Yes, it was. Ben McPherson to miss the field goal to make him win the game, to cause the overtime. Oh, my God.
Oh, and Moss he got hurt.
I
don't know if he's going to miss time. I don't know the extent of the injury, but
I'm unsure. I haven't seen anything about it, if we're going to be honest.
I mean, that game alone, Jamar Chase, it's interesting because stats tell me that Jamar Chase is a second, receiving-wise, yard-wise.
Yes.
But when you look at the game, there's moments where it's like he is not the number one target at times. And it looks like T. Higgins is the guy, and then all of a sudden, Burrow finds Jamar Chase on a 75-yard throw. It's like, oh, hello. And it's like, hey, Jamar Chase actually probably is still the number one. But it's kind of interesting seeing how that, the fan, fare and the fire from those that hate Jamar Chase and those that love Jamar Chase. And it's like, it's interesting to see how it plays out because people are going to be like, oh, he's not the number one.
But, I've never really got into that kind of narrative because, with me and you specifically, our teams, I have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, you had Debo Ayuk. They're both ones.
Yeah.
But in our respective teams, for sure, it's 1A, 1B. So the same thing with the Bengals is, what I'm tying into here is that's a 1A, 1B situation. They're both the wideout one. It's just who's going to have the bigger game? Whoever's open more. Because he's looking at you both 50-50.
Right.
Yeah. They both had big games.
Absolutely. But, I agree with what you're saying is it looks like T's the one and blah, blah, blah. But, dude, when you're both getting looked at the same amount of times, it's whoever's getting open.
Right.
And you know what? There's been games where T. Higgins outscores Chase. There's games Godwin outscores Evans. There's games that Debo outscores Ayuk. It's like, it's how it goes, man. when you have two talented guys out there, it's just whoever's open, get them the ball. Like, I didn't bring your Packers into this because you have one A, B, C, D, and E.
Right. I mean, we just have a whole
yeah, you got the whole damn alphabet in your wide receiver core.
Speaking of your Packers,
yeah,
I potentially believe they have a tight end that's going to finish in top 5.
You think Tucker Kraft to get it?
I mean,
it's not hard this year. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, given the stats, the tight end this year, he's looking. Yeah. Love loves throwing to him.
Yeah.
Love definitely loves his tight end, But
I hate it here.
You knew that was coming.
Oh God.
To your point, I think for Jordan Love, especially coming off the injury, it's really been a who's open and who's the best target for me. And you're seeing Jaden Reed is emerging as that 1A. But then there is Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and the whole host of wide receivers in the room.
It's crazy.
And then Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave on tight end positions. Kraft is getting the more of the target share right now, but that very easily could flip the other way. And I think, as a Packer fan, you talked about your team. It's a 1A, 1B. Same with you. Ours is just 1.
Yeah,
everybody is 1, and I think that's the interesting thing with, from a fantasy perspective, sometimes it hurts taking a Packer because it's like I don't know which Packer is gonna.
They're boom or bust,
right? And I mean, we look at Terry's team. Terry took Christian Watson, and Christian Watson hasn't really blown up like
and
Terry.
He's been out, I think, 2 weeks.
So like Terry's going, I should have picked Jaden Reed because Jaden Reed was on the board when I took him because Terry took Christian Watson. So it's like I probably should have took Jaden Reed, but it could have been this flip scenario where it was Christian Watson that actually took over.
Yeah,
and it was a game Dontavian Wicks.
Yeah.
So I think
just a gamble.
I think it's interesting just the way how that offense works. But I mean, let's look at Justin Jefferson at 3rd. Sam Darnold, he's not in the passing yards. I don't know where he falls in that pecking order. But Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson, it's almost like Justin Jefferson really, is it maybe a reach to say that Kirk Cousins was giving Justin Jefferson that same amount of target share? I almost feel like we're in a similar scenario where Sam Darnold's just walked right in.
I said it a while ago, Jay Jettis is quarterback proof. It don't matter who's throwing it to him.
You know what? I agree fully. I really do. I agree fully because... But you know what? Actually, I'm taking a step back. Because in that same breath, you said Tyreek was quarterback proof.
I did.
And Tyreek is not.
Ooh.
So,
yeah.
I do disagree.
Did not hit.
So, it's kind of, you have to have at least a competent quarterback. If they are competent, you can be quarterback proof.
Right.
But when you have me throwing you the ball, good luck.
When is Tua coming back? Any word?
I don't
know. No word from it at all is what I've heard.
And Tannehill's still not in that building?
Crazy. They need to call Tom Brady.
Well, you know who's not on the list of receiving yards?
Who's that?
Tyreek Hill.
There's a reason for it.
First round pick, too.
But 4th on that list is DK Metcalf. Segueing into our passing yards. Passing number 1 this year so far, Geno Smith.
Got him in a dynasty league.
1,466 yards in the air. DK Metcalf 4th with 421. That is, I think, a combination that very few thought at the beginning of the year we were going to say was the number 1 quarterback in passing and the number 4 in receiving yards.
Yeah, 4 weeks ago, if you would have said, I got the Geno DK stack, everyone would be like, yeah, okay.
Right.
Good job, buddy.
Second, passing yards, Dak Prescott, but who's not on the receiving yard list.
I don't want to fucking talk about it.
Anyhow,
CeeDee Lamb,
hate it.
first round pick.
So mad.
Third, C.J. Stroud. Dak had 1,424. C.J. Stroud with 1,385.
Did you see that did you see that dime he dropped to Nico Sunday? God, it was pretty.
It was nasty, dude.
Well, talking about pretty and Purdy, in fourth place,
Oh, yeah.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
1,374 yards.
Kudos to IU. He pulled his head out of his ass. He remembered how to play football.
Well, it's about time.
Yes, I agree.
It is about time.
It finally showed up. Number 5, Kirko Chains. Kirk Cousins, the savior of Atlanta, with 1,373 yards.
Half of that was one game.
Yeah.
I know you guys probably want me to talk about it. I'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm upset that they beat the Bucs. But let me just say this. I could get on here and be your typical Lions fan, anybody that's ever played the Chiefs fan, and blame the refs. There was a blatant face mask that was not called for the Buccaneers. I'm not going to do that. But I will say this. When someone drops 500 yards on your head, that one penalty, we could have played better. But you know what? It was still a hell of a game to watch. I'm glad we got it on prime time. That's all we can ask for.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins, 509 in the air. Single game Falcons record holder.
On Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Damn, bro. In that same game, Mike Evans, I'm shouting out Big Mike, M1K3. He got his 12,000th receiving yard and 101 touchdowns through a season.
It's huge. It's huge.
That's awesome.
That is a walking, still playing, first ballot Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
Yeah, you talked about the 101 touchdowns in his career. Leading the touchdowns is not Mike Evans, but Derrick Henry, Kyron Williams, 7 touchdowns apiece. Alvin Kamara, 6 touchdowns. Mike Evans, Saquon Barkley, Brian Robinson, Jamar Chase, James Cook, all with 5 touchdowns throughout the first 5 weeks of the season.
I want to talk about that for a second. Out of all the names you just listed, only 2 of them are wideouts. And they are widely regarded as the best red zone threats in the league, being Mike Evans and Jamar Chase. And it's showing right there in the stats. It's all we talk about. Them guys are red zone monsters. Here it is. The only 2 names on the list in the top 3. Mike Evans, Jamar Chase.
Yeah. To combat that, though, look at our rushing yards. Derrick Henry, 572. Jordan Mason second with 536. So that means those 2 guys are getting 100 yards or more every single game this year, which is nuts. Saquon Barkley in third with 435.
He was on a bye week, so he's over 100.
Okay, so there's that. Josh Jacobs with 402. And Chuba Hubbard in fifth with 393.
That one is very shocking to me, I'll be honest.
Chuba balling.
He is. Very shocking to me, but hey, man, it is what it is.
Well, and Derrick Henry broke his, what was it? 10,000 yards?
Oh, yeah. He surpassed 10,000 yards.
He did.
And how many tutties is he at now? Oh, come on.
Come on. It's over 100.
He joins Mike Evans in the over 100 club. Now, here's the real question. If we look at Mike Evans and Derrick Henry's career, are they first-time Hall of Fame ballots?
Absolutely. Both of them.
You know what? I was kind of fighting Derrick Henry.
I don't think you can.
I'm not fighting it anymore. He's definitely first ballot in my opinion. And obviously we all know my opinion of Big Mike. So
right. I think with the way that this season has gone for Derrick Henry, I think it proves to me
was nice
that there could be more of this, even though he is getting older.
Mm-hmm.
And Father Time eventually will catch up to him. But I think the way that he's trajecting this year at least leads me to believe that he can bring that next year.
Easy.
So, I mean, if you're talking 10,000, 100 touchdowns right now in week 5, you're already at 572 yards in the season through 5 weeks. I mean,
he's on pace for like 1,800 yards.
Right. I mean,
at 30.
If he wins the rushing title this year, that'll be phenomenal.
Yeah, that would be absolutely crazy, especially because I thought it was going to be Saquon.
Which, I mean, Saquon's not far behind either.
He's not.
But,
nope.
He is, under, over 100 yards behind. But that's kind of big things there. Then I got to shout out one of my boys.
Okay.
Xavier McKinney. 5 games, 5 interceptions, won a game. What a absolute start of the season. Unfortunately, we discussed it off air. He's recorded a lot of tackles, which doesn't bode well for my defensive line in Green Bay. No. But, 5 interceptions in 5 games, that's an absolute monster season so far.
That's a good season, and it's game 5.
Right. So I'm hoping that that continues on the rest of the year. We still got to talk about undefeateds. You got Kansas City Chiefs.
Boo. Flag.
Refs. Wrong one. Refs. And the Minnesota Vikings, which...
Surprise.
That's a surprise.
Dude, it's so awesome,
that's definitely a surprise, but definitely a huge thing. And then we forgot about the news segment
The
tonight.
Gridiron Goons Newsroom.
Robert Saleh fired.
Fired!
Well, technically, they were reporting that it was a
mutual
mutual separation.
You don't mutually part in week 5. He got fired on his day off like Craig did on Friday.
Saleh did come out and say he's not, even as a defense coordinator, he's not taking another position in football this year. He's going to wait for the next coaching pool. Next year, he's going to go on vacation with his family.
Hell yeah.
And just relax.
Let's go. Drake May, Mr. Mayo, Hellman's Mayo, is starting.
Wrong quarterback.
Drake.
Now he's talking about Jared Mayo.
Jared Mayo.
Oh, well, Drake.
Ain't that
Drake May?
No, ain't that the coach in New England?
Yes.
Huh?
Anyway,
I don't know.
This is what you get when you have glasses, Sean. Contact Sean's completely different. It's fine.
Drake May.
Yes.
For Jared Mayo.
Yes.
It's all right, man. We're all back.
Anyhow, we're back. Starting this upcoming week.
I'm excited to see what the kids got.
They do play. Who is that they play? Was it Texan?
It's going to be a tough game.
So it's going to be definitely a tough game in that. And, hopefully that's bodes well for him. But, let's just hope that he survives this week.
Right.
And then Philly releases Devin White.
I love that so much.
So, and that's a huge one. Let's get into the GGL redraft.
The GGL redraft. So, here's the deal. I picked up a win. Sean picked up a win. Preach picked up a win. Terry? Well, anyway, Terry picked up a win. All the goons were just firing on all cylinders. I beat Meth Headcath. Best thing ever. Especially because I ranked his team number 1. Anyway, Sean posted a staggering 171. Preach was second with a 153.6. I was third with a 153.04.
Let's go.
Like, good Lord.
Yeah.
The boys just ripping it up.
Dude, absolutely ripping it up.
So, me and Meth Headcath went to B-Dubs last week, and he said, hey, man, I know we're versing this week. It's only my second year. Every single player I have is on bye. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, Jared Goff, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley, Amon-Ra.
Oh.
I said, what the fuck, dude? He said, I need help. Will you please help me? I said, absolutely, buddy. I got you. I said, this is what I want you to do. Pick up Darnell Mooney. I said, he's been quietly having a good season. No one's really seeing it. My Bucs secondary is hurting. He's going to have a good game. Dude put up 31 points on my dome.
Dang.
Thursday night. I said, oh, no. I helped him beat me.
Yeah.
And then the other pickup I told him to grab, Josh Downs. He was only supposed to get 10. He got 15-9. I was like,
here we go.
why don't I just do this? Why don't I listen to my own advice?
Right. Why are you giving other teams advice?
Dude, that's the thing. Why have I shit the bed multiple times this season?
If there's any advice that you can give Meth Head Kev for next year's draft is don't pick every single person that's on the same bye week, you know? I mean...
You know what? Now he doesn't have to worry about it.
That is true. I get that.
Week 5, and he doesn't even have to worry about his bye
That's
week
true.
anymore.
Get them all out of
That's
the way.
true. I mean,
Hell
I guess
yeah.
maybe that's a...
Sign me up.
Maybe that's something you need to do.
That's why I did mine on week 14. Now I'd like to be a little bit hotter than 3-2. But hey, man, here we are.
Did you strategically plan to be able to get out of the playoffs in week 14?
I think I did. I kind of fucked that up. I take full responsibility. Anyway, so Kirk O'Chain's at the top performing quarterback of the week, I believe.
Can we... I want to break... go back up to...
What do you want?
I want to talk about the fact that, what was it, 4 out of the 6?
3 out of the 6 top players of the week was all Shane O'Mac.
Yeah. I mean, that's
How do you get
insane. That's
It's
in the
on the
weekly
report
report,
right here.
man. Right there.
Open that.
Right
And then tap
right
that.
there.
Anyway,
Right there.
Cool.
this is the thing that Terry reads to us.
Every week.
Anyway, just crazy, but awesome at the same time. No trades have been made. A lot of pickups, a lot of drops. I picked up Trevor Lawrence because I saw Darnold going up against the Jets and Richardson was about to be out. And it's the best performance Trevor Lawrence has had all season long with 22 points. And I said, hallelujah.
Is he going on the waiver this week then?
Probably.
Okay.
Is did you just stream the Broncos defense this week, or have you had?
Oh no, I just picked him up because I was tired of the Phillies defense.
Nice call.
Gotta love it. You know,
I figured if I had 2 defenses, you know, I would hold up hope for the Cowboys to turn it around on their defensive performance this year.
I would.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take the hot hand of the Broncos, and you know what? They got me 16.
Picking the Broncos or the Vikings right now, a lot of them are some waiver wire defenses. If they're still out there and you're rocking with one of these big dogs and you want to back up, take them if they're on that waiver wire. Like, here's the thing of why they're getting points. The Broncos are first and the Vikings are second in blitz plays. Blitz plays create sacks.
Minnesota blitzes nonstop, dude.
And the Broncos do it more. It's over 50% for both of them. I think it's 56% for the Broncos and 52% for the Vikings. That's bizarre.
That's how you make.
That's almost as high as the Bucs. The Bucs are, I think, 45%. It's like that is what makes you your points is them sacks, dude. Interceptions are great. Pick sixes are even better. But guess what? Vikings get them too with their damn Van Ginkel linebacker. He's had 2 this season.
That was crazy.
He just looked like he was blitzing, backed off. Thank you. Took off. Took it to the house. Crazy, man. Anyway.
Touchdown. Took it to the house.
You got Rico Dowdle?
I do. He was on my fucking bench, bro.
Is he starting now?
I think so.
I mean,
I believe so.
What was it this past week?
How many points did he
Yeah.
get? 19.4.
19-4,
Yeah.
so like almost a 20-point game from Rico Dowdle.
I mean,
I think he's going
And the
to be
week,
the starter.
well, he's put together back-to-back nice weeks. He had he had 13 and then 19.4.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he's going to probably cement himself as a starter there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to trade him out now.
Anything else in this GGL redraft?
I don't think so. I think it is time to get to the Thursday primetime preview.
We forgot something.
What did we forgot?
We forgot something huge.
Not in my notes.
I forgot it.
Damn.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, fuck. Granarant.
We can drop it in there. We definitely got... Oh, damn.
Hey!
If you're on YouTube, check that out. Damn wizard. Anyway. Yeah, fuck Deshaun Watson. That's my Granarant. This dude... Oh.
Quit on his team.
4th and goal. Stefanski's screaming in the microphone like, please get back out there. He just walks right off the field. If I was Stefanski, I'm getting myself fired. Because I know it's the owners telling them you have to use Watson no matter what. He doesn't want to use him. He's won Coach of the Year twice, as I've just cleared with Sean O'Mac earlier. So he's a great coach, but he has the highest paid offense in the league, and they're dog shit. They can't do anything. It's all Deshaun Watson's fault. Gave up on his team. His own teammates don't even like him. I can't stand him. If I was any member of staff in Cleveland, he would never see my fucking locker room again.
Is that your grand rant?
That's it.
All right. Sean?
His entry card to the fucking building would not work no more.
Nope.
Do you got one? Do you got one?
No,
Is it this week?
No, I'm good.
Oh. Okay.
But I do want to clarify, for the record, if the higher ups in Cleveland want to use Stefanski as their scapegoat for this, he'll have a new job the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, let's kind of take a step back here, right? Because Deshaun Watson put himself in this scenario, right? But on the same token, he's getting paid $200 million just to play.
I'd rather watch him sit there and make the money.
It's guaranteed.
Right, no, and I get this, but I think the idea is that if Deshaun Watson sits, it's going to look terrible from the organizational standpoint, which is why they're not going to do it. But if you look, Jameis Winston, when he came on this team, you know what he said he's going to be? I'm going to prepare like I'm the starter. Mm-hmm. You know what he's doing? He's going to appearances for the team. He's going, I think it was at a ribbon cutting for some house or was like something
like that. He was there.
Some like medical house or something like that. He's starting to become almost like the face of the franchise by the people in Cleveland. I talked to somebody today that's a huge Cleveland fan, and they're like, you know what? I'd rather sit Deshaun Watson and watch a guy that cares about the team play than somebody that doesn't. So that's, I mean, I feel like you're in a lose-lose situation.
You are.
I think the other thing too is for the reason with the team being all this dead cap. Would it be better two ways? Do you just take the dead cap money and tell the rest of the team, hey, look, we messed up.
Eat it. Own up to it.
We messed up, and hey, unfortunately we're in this situation. Would you be okay with taking less money until we get rid of this dead cap?
Let me tell you something. I think because they won't own up to it, like you just said, is the only reason they're in this position. If they were to say, you know what, from this trade, we messed up, we're going to try to be better from it, and there's nothing we can do right now that's going to make the situation better other than getting him the hell out of my locker room.
Own up to it. Cut ties with him. Get him the fuck out of that city.
So here's the thing is, I'm thinking that they want the charges to stick.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, that's then the best case scenario.
They're not guaranteed the rest of his contract.
Right.
That's when he will be on the first bus leaving Cleveland.
But in the event that doesn't happen,
they should cut him after.
Do you blow the team up? Do you start trading people away to create more cap space?
No, you just take the dead hit.
You got to do something because it's not working. And the thing is, they're just thinking about Watson. For this year, still young. Mm-hmm. They're doing a major disrespect to that city, to the fans, to the players on that team that go out and bust their ass every week, putting Watson out there.
People buying
They're not
tickets.
giving them their best chance at winning a football game.
Nope.
You need to put Watson out there, or I'm sorry, Winston out there. Maybe he brings something new, a change of pace, whatever.
He's going to throw the ball.
As a Bucks fan, I'll tell you right now, that ball's getting fucking thrown.
Right, I mean, that
and
guy.
it might go to your team, it might not. But that dude throws. He's basically like Brett Favre, but shittier. He's going to throw that ball.
Like someone like Myles Garrett goes to the front office, like, dude, we understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to make it look good, but you know what? This ain't working. You need to make a change.
Yeah. And I think if Myles Garrett were to walk in there and say that, they would have to listen.
Yeah, absolutely. You
want to talk about a top 10, top 5 player in the league at any position, and he's going to come in there and tell you, look, man, I'm not going to play under these bullshit conditions.
Right.
I can't lead this defense into winning games when my offense can't put together a first down. And my own quarterback gives up in the fucking red zone.
That's blatantly obvious. That should have been the last straw there. That should have been all you needed. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
If I was Stefanski, I'd have lost my job right there.
No, in defense of Deshaun Watson,
Preach.
No, there is actually no defending him. He claims this, right? He claims that there was 12 men on the field, so he was leaving, so there wasn't he never got in the huddle, so that they didn't get a penalty, on 4th and 1. But that's where I know they didn't want to take a timeout, but I mean, those situations.
Here's the thing, buddy.
But let's just also say that in the moment, he didn't realize there was probably 12 people on the field.
No way.
He was like, yeah.
I don't think he knows there's supposed to be only 11. I don't even think he knows that. He left all that knowledge of how to be a quarterback in Houston. He left it.
Or in the massage parlor.
He left it in the massage parlor in Houston. You're right.
Outside of cutting him, where does the Browns go?
And I'll tell you another thing. As soon as he's done with the Browns, he ain't ever playing another fucking snap in the league.
Nope.
No, but
He's going to be the next.
What do they need to do, though? Outside of
the ball to Chubb. He's coming back. He was projected points in Sleeper this week. Sure, no, he didn't play, but they thought he was going to play.
Oh.
So Chubb's almost back. He's almost ready.
I got an idea.
I've seen some training videos from him. Not just the squat video of him actually moving. That dude looks amazing.
I got an idea for the Browns before we get into Thursday night preview.
It's the Niners.
Hold up.
All right, man. Hold on. Wait.
What if they took the tax money that they were trying to propose for the stadium and paid Deshaun Watson his $230 million and told him to see you
and
later.
add a bus ticket?
Yeah.
Add a bus ticket.
Anyhow, do we want to get to Thursday night preview?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. 49ers.
I like your announcer voice.
49ers and the hot mic. 49ers are traveling up to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks.
DK and Gino, bro.
Seahawks are 3-2. The 49ers are 2-3. This is of course, the Thursday night prime video. 8:15 game time.
I will not be at work Friday.
You might.
You probably will. Let's be honest.
If you win, you're coming in.
Brock Purdy.
Stud.
2 top 5 passing yard quarterbacks battling it out against each other.
6 passing touchdowns. To Geno Smith's 5 passing touchdowns. They both have thrown 4 interceptions in the year so far. I don't know what that really entails.
They're both ass, bro.
All 4 were off tip.
No, they weren't.
I don't think they were. I don't think they were. But what does this game hold for us on Thursday? What do we? Crystal ball, what do we see?
Passing yards.
I'm going to say right off the bat, this is a huge game for us. We are 0-2 in the division. If we go to 0-3,
done.
Ooh,
you might as well
that is not good.
Goodbye.
I mean, what do you think's going to happen, though? Like, what do you expect from your
Seattle? Regardless how good they are, it's a division. For the longest time, they always play us tough.
Yes,
I think we're going to win, but that's me being me. But
I hear you.
Like every game I've watched between Niners and Seahawks, it's always tough. It usually comes down to the defenses.
So take the under on the points.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So that means don't bet any touchdown scorers either.
But I truly believe Mason is poised for a huge night.
Really?
Okay.
I think I could agree. After some thought.
And I'm really curious to see if this was a one-show pony last week or if Ayuk's really, turned the page and
I think he's back.
showing up.
Interesting.
I tried to trade for him last week. Ayuk. I said, it's getting about that time.
What say you, Evo?
What say me?
Yeah, what say you?
I think the Niners are going to win that. Simple.
Nothing else?
I think that it is going to be a rushing game on both sides. Walker should still be good to go. Your defensive line hasn't looked that great this year. Neither has your secondary somehow. And then you lost Fred Warner.
He's back.
Is he? Mm-hmm. Thank God.
See Bosa's pick Sunday? And that little shimmy he put on that defender, boy?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I can see a lot of offense, but not a lot of touchdowns. I'm with you. But I think yards are going to go up. I just don't think points are going to get scored. That's kind of where I'm at. It was really tough for me to choose the Niners. It was like a 45-55 split. I was right there.
I think Kittle's going to have another huge night.
Dude, Kittle's going to continue to have huge nights, and he's going to be the tight end one at the end of the season. Because, good Lord, he's the only tight end doing fucking anything.
Whether that is or isn't, I think the Hawks got this. The Seahawks on this. Don't get all mad over there, Sean. I mean, we all can't just pick the 49ers because they're your
As long
team.
as the game don't come down to a field goal.
Look, I think because then you don't got anybody. I think the Seahawks right now with Geno Smith, DK Metcalf are primed to have a game. I know you both think the passing isn't going to be as strong, which I don't think it's going to be as what they've been this whole season. But I do think their combo is still going to work some magic. I think that the running game is going to allow for the passing game. You said that the defensive line of the 49ers isn't that great of an offensive line. Yeah, you got Bosa on the end, but it's very easy sometimes to get the run game going and then get that play action pass from Geno Smith to DK Metcalf. And I think this is going to really come down to who makes a stop on defense. It's almost parallel to the 49er Packer game in the playoffs last year. I told Steven, one of my buddies, that the Packers, if they wanted to win that game, they needed to score, make a stop, and then go up 2 scores. This feels like the same game to me, where whoever wins this game is going to go up 2 scores, and they made a stop. And I think that's how it's going to lie, because if you look at the struggles that the 49ers have had with injury, Brock Purdy's their only guy who hasn't been injured yet, knock on wood, but, you've got Brandon Ayuk. He's starting to seem to turn it around.
You
better hope so.
Mason has just been a dog in the run game. Nobody suspected
dude's a fucking
that
stud.
he was going to be this good. So I mean, both teams have really good weapons on the offensive side, and it's just going to come down to whose defense shows up in this game.
What happens when the Niners are up by double digits and they go into a fourth quarter, Sean?
We lose.
So you almost want them to trail. So
we call that's the Shanahan way.
Well, I'm talking about I'm thinking the Seahawks have to go up 2 scores here like this.
I think that's how they lose.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Niners keep falling apart in the fourth. So I think if you make the Niners fight in the fourth, the Niners will win it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where I'm at with it.
Well, anything else? Oh, wait. We have one more thing. We said the pick'ems who were taken.
Absolutely.
But we have a new leader
We do?
in the pick'em here.
I'm not first anymore?
No, you're not.
That's that faithful blood.
Sean O'Mac over here went a unprecedented 10-4.
Damn.
After going basically even or under the whole season. So
I shit the bed last
I'm on
week.
the road.
10-4 to increase his record to a 45-33 record on the year. Evo is second now. You went 6 for 8.
I got shit, man.
You are now 42-36, and I went an even 7-7, bringing my record to a 40-38 record, which I'm above 500. I'll take that any day. That's obviously changes. We're getting into the heart of the season, so.
But you know what? Sean went from third to first in 1 week.
Yeah, so I know it's anybody's
we got a tight
game.
race here.
I think this is going to be a cool thing going forward. I think we're going to swap the lead a lot. Is there anything else we want to talk about tonight, boys?
Potentially C-Mac. We're shooting for the Chiefs game.
I seen that.
Okay.
I don't believe that, but I seen that.
I know.
I think that might be a best case scenario. Would be the Chiefs.
Best case scenario. I don't think he's coming back this season. I'll be honest.
I think he's going to be done for, just like Rashid Rice is done for the season. So,
LCL tear.
anyhow, we appreciate you guys here on YouTube and on Spotify. You guys are the dogs, the goats, the goons.
That's right.
That's right. So, we love the feedback. If you're on Spotify, make sure you use that poll and comment.
Sorry.
Bless you.
I tried to hold it.
Oh,
I'm
man.
sorry.
Anyhow, you people on Spotify, we love the poll interaction. For you on YouTube, comment on our page, on our channel, on our video, like the channel, subscribe.
Hit us up on Facebook.
Yeah,
too.
hit us up on Facebook, the Gridiron Goons. With that being said, before the show really falls apart, I'm Preacher.
Sean O'Mac.
And I am Brandon. And that's us, the Gridiron Goons at the Gridiron Goon Studios. And remember, use your announcer voice. This is your week.